So it is officially 2024, and you know what we're not doing? Being in our lazy girl era, okay? Because all 2024, we are standing on business. So I'm gonna be sharing 11 healthy habits to officially get you out of your lazy girl era and enter your productive, thriving era. If you're new here, hello, my name is Lena. I have a self-help series here on my channel where we discuss all things becoming your best self. So if you're not subscribed already,
what are you doing?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Go subscribe right now. So first things first, start a fresh era. Listen, coming from someone who was the CEO of being in my lazy era, I personally know how hard it is to kind of get out of this negative mindset and get motivated to be productive. But if I can do it, trust me, I promise you, you can do it. So as soon as I realize I'm kind of in a lazy era, the first thing I do is take a shower. I know this sounds so simple, but it works. If you want to start this fresh era for yourself, physically, you gotta let your body know. Kind of shock your body back into it, you know? There's something so therapeutic about just showering and just washing away your negative feelings. Maybe you've been laying in bed all day and you just kind of feel gross inside. It helps you just wash away all those feelings and come out feeling like a brand new person. And when the outside is looking fresh out the shower, you will feel ready to start this fresh new era for yourself. Now, I know we all know what being in our lazy girl era looks like. You know, scrolling on TikTok for hours, majority of the day. You're probably in bed all day. We're not really moving our bodies. Our space, our room might be a little bit messy. And by the way, no judgment here, girl, okay? I have been there many times, okay? Many times. So to start this fresh new era for yourself, I want you to ask yourself, what does she do? Where does she go? What does her routine look like? What are her hobbies? What is her mindset? So I want you guys to literally answer all those questions. Grab your journal, write it down in your journal, or you can comment it down below. Check the comments. I read all my comments. But basically, just starting to answer these questions will help you realize what goals you want for yourself and what habits you need to do to get there. So another thing I like to do when I'm doing this fresh era for myself is I like to create a dedicated Pinterest album of what I see for myself as the most productive version of myself. And if you're a super visual person like me, I promise you, this is like life-changing. It will help motivate you so much just seeing what you want your life to look like and what the most productive version of you, what she looks like. So start by creating a productive girl era pin and literally just pin a bunch of pictures where you see the most productive version of yourself. So basically a photo of someone going to the gym, journaling, cooking for yourself, a super clean aesthetic space if that's what you want. And another thing I promise that will help you so much with this is a beautiful thing called habit stacking. So if you don't know what that is, it's something I got from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. It is one of my favorite books of all time. Highly recommend. Habit stacking is basically a productivity technique to help you stick to your healthy habits. So let's say this new fresh era for yourself, you want to be that person that stays on top of your water intake and you're making sure you're hydrated throughout the day. So basically you want to choose an existing habit. So I am a heavy coffee drinker. I drink coffee every single morning. That's a habit that I do already all the time. So my new habit, if I want to start drinking more water, I have to stack that habit with my existing habit. My habit stacking action will be before I pour my morning coffee, I will drink a full glass of water. My existing habit of drinking coffee is gonna serve as a cue to remind me that, oh, I also need to drink my water before I drink my coffee. So basically you can apply habit stacking to other areas of your life to incorporate these new healthy habits. So another example, you brush your teeth every morning. At least I hope you brush your teeth every morning. So your habit stack will be, after I brush my teeth, I will journal for 5 to 10 minutes every day. And there you go. You got 2 healthy habits that you're gonna do every single day. And this method of habit stacking will make sure that in this new era for yourself, you are going to stick to your healthy habits. Mornings matter. I cannot stress enough, okay? Waking up and having some sort of routine is so important. I used to not be a morning person at all. I never had a morning routine. I would literally wake up 5 minutes before class and roll out of bed, brush and run out the door. And I would wonder why the rest of the day I always felt so anxious and just on edge. And it's because that's exactly the way I started my day. So that's kind of what I mean by mornings matter. You don't necessarily need to be the most like bright, cheery morning person, but it's just important to have some sort of routine in your life that keeps you sane. And you'll find that it really sets the tone for the rest of your day. And I personally love waking up early now, but if that's not you, don't worry, okay? You do not need to wake up at the crack of dawn. As long as you have some sort of routine, it doesn't need to be 3 hours long, but it's something that you stick to and you're consistent with, that's all that matters. That starts with having non-negotiables in your morning routine. So I have this little trick, I've talked about it before. Sunlight, sip, and self-reflect. As soon as I wake up, I do not check my phone. I make a beeline to the window and I open my blinds up, get some sunlight in. Even if there's no sunlight, I still open up my blinds anyway to just let my brain know like, hey, it's time to get up and start the day. And then I sip water. I didn't drink water for like the past 8 hours, so I make sure I hydrate, sip my water, and then self-reflect. So I always make sure I journal every single morning, and it helps me just start my day on a positive note, and it carries on for the rest of my day. And that's just what works for me. You can have non-negotiables that work for you. I would say choose 3 to 5 non-negotiables and stick to them every single morning. And this carries on to my next point, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Look at this, you guys. Yes, I'm that girl, okay? Drink enough water. It is genuinely life-changing. Ever since I made it a point to actually make sure I get my water intake in, I feel like my skin just looks better. Things in my body move smoothly, if you know what I mean. It just keeps you feeling good, helps you feel awake. Water is so important. I'm sure there's so many scientific reasons why water is so important. I'm gonna let the scientists cover that one, but it's such a small habit that I feel like we all just overlook sometimes. Move your body every day. I know what you're thinking, okay? Every day, I get it. That was once me, but listen, daily movement does not mean an intense workout every single day, hitting the gym every single day. No. Rest days are important. You need to take your rest days to recover. What daily movement means is just moving your body. So it's anything from working out at the gym to literally going outside and going on a walk for like 15 minutes. It could even be 10 minutes of stretching. Any movement that you genuinely like to do counts as a daily movement. But there's so many benefits to daily movement, and you'll just find that you feel more energized and more confident. And I was so surprised how much getting my steps in every day changed my life. I try to get at least 5 to 10K steps in every day. And even if I'm not working out that day, it just forces me to go outside because I could be a real homebody. I have a cat, so I just like to curl in with my cat at home, but making it a conscious effort to get my steps in every day, make sure that I at least step outside once a day, get some fresh air, even though low-key, I live in New York City, it's a little bit polluted fresh air. Still, it feels good for your body, your mental. And the way I get my steps in is so easy. If I have groceries to get, I'll literally just go walk to the grocery store instead of taking the train. Or sometimes if I'm really not feeling the walk, I'll be like, I'm gonna walk 30 minutes to a cafe and grab a coffee for myself. So there's different ways to kind of incorporate it and make it actually enjoyable. Because trust me, I used to be that person that I'm like,
I don't want to do that. That's too much work.
But no, that was just me making excuses. And I always say that you can have success, you can have excuses, but you can't have both. Learn time management. Y'all, this is something I still have to learn to this day because I'm not the best at it yet. I was the world's biggest procrastinator, okay? But I've learned some techniques to really help me with being more productive and managing my time better because I'm that person, I could scroll on TikTok genuinely for 4 hours straight. So you can use tools like calendars, to-do lists. I make a to-do list every single day. And something that personally really helps me, it's what I like to call the prize rule. Implementing this rule just changed my life, honestly. So basically, let's say I have to do something, okay? Let's say I have to edit this video and post it. I will tell myself, Lena, you have to edit this video today and post it. And once you get that done, your prize is gonna be ordering your favorite meal from your favorite restaurant for dinner tonight. And what that does is it motivates me. And I'm like, okay, shoot, I have to get this video done. I have to edit it. I have to post it so I can get my favorite pasta from my favorite Italian restaurant. And who does not like prizes? You know, for me, I need to be incentivized with something or else it's not getting done. So setting the boundary with yourself, like I have to do this, so I will get this. It will really motivate you to get what you need to get done. Let's say my dishes are all dirty, overflowing my sink. I will tell myself, I can only open this package of things I got from Sephora once I clean all of my dishes. And then boom, I clean all my dishes. And it sounds so simple, but the prize rule really works. Another thing that's really helpful, I've always struggled with my perception of time. I really honestly can't tell the difference between 30 minutes and 3 hours. I would do this all the time in college. Let's say I had an essay due and it was like 5 p.m. that day. I would kind of estimate how long it would take me to finish that essay if I really sat down and focused. And I would set my alarm, let's say to 11:30 p.m. And so before my alarm went off, I would be sitting there writing my essay. And since I know I actually have a time limit, like a time crunch, I was way less likely to just be scrolling on my phone, wasting time, procrastinating, and I would just sit there and do my essay. And I still carried on to my adult life. Declutter something, anything. Declutter your room, your kitchen. You know that one junk drawer that we all have that we just shove our mess in and we close it and we never look at it? Yeah, open her up and get to cleaning. You don't have to clean your entire house. I'm just saying that if you're trying to exit your lazy girl era, it really helps by decluttering something that you know is messy. You start to declutter your mind mentally. Have a digital detox. Stop hiding from your screen time, okay? I know we all do it. I do it. Check on your screen time and see how much time you spend scrolling through social media. I have a very avoidant attachment style. If someone or something is stressing me out, I literally just avoid it. But something I had to learn the hard way is that your problems don't go away by you avoiding it, okay? I wish it did, but it doesn't. All it does is cause subconscious anxiety in your head to get worse. And you know, social media can be great at times, but it's also very much an energy sucker. Think about it. You're just scrolling, seeing so many different people. As humans, we are not built to see all that much in such a short amount of time. I don't know about you, but I get very overstimulated sometimes by social media. And when I'm in my lazy era, for some reason, I kind of just want to feel an escape and I don't want to be in my own head. So I tend to scroll even more. And I always knew when I was about to hit a slump because my screen time would show it. It always correlated. High screen time, I was in my slump. So take a break from social media, even if it's for a few days. It's gonna help just clear your mind and bring that energy back into yourself and not all these other people that you're seeing. Fix your sleep schedule. Maybe it's the grandma in me talking, but get your 8 hours of sleep, bro, or at least 7 hours. Actually, adults 18 to 25 years old, that age group and people ages 26 to 64. Experts still recommend both age groups to get at least 7 to 9 hours every night. And I do not want to hear the excuse of,
oh, I just can't fall asleep.
Unless you actually struggle with insomnia, that's totally different. I'm not trying to disregard that at all, but I would say for the vast majority of us, the reason we can't fall asleep is because we're using our phones before we go to bed. And you know, your phone gives off blue light, and if you don't know, blue light is so bad, especially at night, right before you're about to fall asleep. Blue light actually tricks the brain into thinking that it's daytime. So what basically happens is your body, instead of releasing that hormone, it's the sleep hormone called melatonin, which helps you prepare and feel tired for bed. Blue light disrupts your melatonin from being produced. Therefore, you can't fall asleep. So just trust me on this. I know it's difficult, but charge your phone away from you, away from your bed. And try to not look at it at least an hour before you go to bed, and you will find a huge difference in how fast you fall asleep and your sleep quality. Another habit that I had to learn, stop drinking caffeine past a certain time. Experts recommend that you stop drinking caffeine within 6 to 8 hours before your bedtime. I typically sleep around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. So I really try to stop drinking any caffeine past like 2 or 3 p.m. Practice JOMO. Yeah, you know FOMO, fear of missing out? Yeah, no. 2024, it is not FOMO anymore. It is JOMO, which is joy of missing out. Listen, I'm promoting JOMO all 2024. I want to promote missing out on plans, activities, events that genuinely don't bring you any joy or benefit. So I used to be that person that whenever I would see people on my Instagram stories just having so much fun, going out to parties, the clubs, I'd have so much FOMO and I'd be like,
oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I shouldn't be in here studying. I should go out with my friends.
And even if I had things to do, tests to study for, homework to do, a super messy room I had to clean, I would always procrastinate it. I would say yes to my friends, go out with them just because of FOMO. FOMO for real had me in a chokehold for so long. But what I realized this past year, honestly, is JOMO, joy of missing out, is very underrated. It goes back to what's called delayed gratification. If you guys remember anything from this video, it needs to be delayed gratification. If you learn how to master delayed gratification, you will get so much more done and you will realize your life will be changed. When you initially say no to these plans, your friends inviting you out for the night, even though you have tons of stuff to do, you might feel sad, you might feel FOMO in that moment, but trust me when I say future you is going to thank you. Saying no to your friends going clubbing at One Oak until 3 a.m. and instead going to the library or staying in and studying for your finals, your future self is going to thank you. And that's basically what delayed gratification is. You delay feeling gratified now to feel even more gratification later. Let's leave FOMO behind in 2023. We do not need that. Don't be afraid to feel JOMO instead. Take yourself out on solo dates. No one is going to treat you better than you have the ability to treat yourself. And you know, obviously we have loved ones in our lives that treat us super well, but the saying is more so saying the way you treat yourself is setting the standard for how others should be treating you as well. Because guess what? Who knows you best? You. You know what you like best. You know what makes you happy. You know what hobbies you like to do. And if you don't, it's time to get to know yourself and spend time with yourself. So you know, that's why I like to take myself on solo dates and get to know myself and just treat myself, love on myself. I take myself to cafes all the time, treat myself to a cup of coffee. I love to play my favorite music or my favorite podcast and go on hot girl walks by myself. I like to go shopping on my own. I like to treat myself, get my nails done, do a face mask, hair mask, like just little solo self-love acts on myself. Solo dates will help you so much to get out of your lazy era. Because honestly, for a lot of us, when we're in our lazy era, we are the meanest to ourselves.
You're so lazy. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that?
Taking yourself out on solo dates and just treating yourself is kind of what you need to show yourself that you need to forgive yourself, and that was an old era that is not you. Remember to have a reset, relax routine. So please do not watch this video and go 110 miles per hour thinking, oh my gosh, I have 1,010 things to do to exit my lazy girl era. No, okay? Obviously, it's so important to work your butt off to get out of your lazy era for good. It's gonna take self-accountability, it's gonna take sacrifice, it's gonna take hard work, you know? But with all this, you also have to prioritize allowing yourself to rest and recover. By the way, there's a genuine difference between just being lazy and genuinely resting when your body and your mind needs it. So for me, I like to chill on the weekends. I'll sleep in, I have rest days from the gym, I eat what I'm craving, or if I really don't want to do anything or leave the house, I just chill, watch movies, cuddle with my cat. Whatever helps you recover, do it. It's important to not just be in grind mentality 24/7 all throughout the week. That is not healthy, and I guarantee you're gonna feel burned out. So you know, relax, reset, recover, be kind to yourself. And yeah, I really hope that was helpful. I want you guys to comment down below your top 3 habits that you want to incorporate to exit your lazy era. And check the comments, I read all my comments, and you know, we could hype each other up. Also, if you're a real one, follow me on Instagram. I love you guys so much, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye guys.
Taking a ride to journey 눈치 보면서 들어가 할 때 찾아